Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and this is day 12 of the Intentions Yoga Challenge. Today we're going to be working on not only shoulder flexibility but also hamstring flexibility because we are aiming to work towards pincha forearm stand on Friday, day 15. So for pincha you need a lot of shoulder opening, but you also do need, or it is very helpful to have a lot of flexibility in your hamstring so that you can kick up as little as possible. So we're going to be working on that. If you're used to having blocks, you can have them nearby. They're super helpful, especially when it comes to supporting you in stretches. I'm not going to practice with any, but please feel free to have them and place them wherever you need for support. All right, with that being said, let's get started. We're going to start in child's pose today. So you can make your way there with the knees wide apart, big toes together. And I'll just wait for you here as you get settled in. Once you make your way to child's pose, take a moment to close your eyes and start to bring your awareness onto your mat and into your body. Just noticing how you're feeling today. If there's any pain or tension anywhere in the body, noticing the natural rhythm of your breath and if it feels deep or shallow. And just taking a moment to arrive into the present moment. Let's take another 3 deep breaths here. As you reach through the fingertips with each inhale and pull the hips back towards the heels with each exhale. Now from here, let's slide the right arm underneath the left shoulder. And let's take 3 deep breaths here. On your next inhale, let's come back through center and then slide the left arm underneath the right shoulder. And next inhale, let's come back to child's pose and then let's lift the hips off the heels, come into puppy pose. Either you can bring your chest and chin down or the forehead. And if you have the forehead, let's bend the elbows, bringing the hands to prayer, and then bringing the thumbs to the back of your head. And from here, keep pushing your chest down towards the mat and keep pulling the hips back and up. Let's release the hands down. From here, let's make our way into Sphinx pose, pulling the chest open. And then exhale, you can release the chest down on the mat. Let's interlace the hands at the lower back, breathing in. Lift your chest once again. Let's hold for 3, 2. Lift a little higher, 1. Exhale to release. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders, come through tabletop. And then let's extend the right leg behind us. Next inhale, left arm reaches forward. Exhale, round knee to nose for 3. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round for 2. And 1. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the right knee, left hand reaches back. Let's kick back and up, opening up the left shoulder. Now from here, slowly release. Let's extend the right leg back. Left hand comes down on the mat. Right arm reaches up to the sky. So we're opening the body to the right. From here, let's drop the right foot at the back of the mat. Keep your right leg straight. Let's press into the left hand, lift the left knee off the mat, and then extend your left leg, fallen star. Right arm can reach over the right ear. Now, as you breathe out, let's bring the right hand down. Let's pivot into Wild Thing. Another 3 breaths here. Big stretch through the left side body. On your next exhale, let's bring the left hand down. Come into high plank. Let's come all the way down to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale to lower. Interlacing the hands, opposite grip of the hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest once again for 3. And on your next exhale, release. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders, come through tabletop. Left leg extends behind you, right arm reaches. Exhale, knee to nose for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to extend. Exhale, bend the left knee, right hand reaches back for the top of the left foot. And let's kick back and up. And slowly release. Extend your left leg back. Right hand plants underneath the right shoulder. Left arm reaches up to the sky. And hold. Now let's drop the left foot at the back of the mat. Lift the right knee, extend your right leg out, and then left arm can reach over the left ear. So your right foot is on the floor, either on the outer blade, or you can bring the right big toe down. Now as you breathe out, let's plant the left hand, come into Wild Thing. And next exhale, let's make our way into high plank and then pull back from the tailbone, downward facing dog. Let's take our time to walk it out, getting a little bit of a stretch in the hips by shifting the hips side to side, maybe shaking out the head or pressing, pulsing the chest down towards the feet, whatever feels good. Now let's lift the right leg up high. Exhale, bend the right knee, open up the hip. Let's circle that right knee in one direction. And switch directions. Next inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, right foot steps on the outside of the right hand. Now let's just start to rock back and forth here. Maybe fully straightening the right leg if that feels good. Maybe keeping it bent. And on your next exhale, keeping that right knee bent, let's drop the left knee down on the mat and maybe come down onto your elbows. And let's hold here. And making sure that the right knee does not open too much. So you're trying to bring your right knee towards your right shoulder towards the right knee. So we're not lifting the right big toe off the mat. From here, let's walk the hands underneath the shoulders, lift the chest. Let's keep the right hip open so we're not framing the right foot with the hands. Both hands are on the inside of the right leg. Let's come into an open hip half split. So pulling the hips back, keep reaching your chest forward. Two more breaths. From here, let's re-bend the right knee, lift your left knee off the mat, come into three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg rises, inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, open up the hip. Let's circle that left knee in one direction. And in the other. Next, inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot on the outside of your left hand. And let's go ahead and start to rock back and forth. Maybe fully straightening the left leg if that feels good. Maybe keeping it bent and just moving into the hip. But we're trying to stretch out that left hamstring a little bit. So if you can straighten it a little bit, that would be great. It doesn't have to be completely straight, of course, but working towards it. On your next exhale, let's keep the left leg bent, drop the right knee, either stay here on your hands, making sure to squeeze the right glute, or you can come down onto your elbows. And if you feel like you're really rounding your spine here, maybe stay on your hands, or this would be a good place to bring the block underneath the elbows. From here, let's bring both hands underneath the shoulders, keeping your right toes tucked. Let's pull the hips back. Both hands are on the inside of the left leg. Keep reaching the chest forward. And let's hold. And you can add some micro movements in your hips, moving them side to side, helping you to stretch a little bit more, whatever feels good. And from here, let's rebend the left knee, lift the right knee off the mat, come into three-legged dog, left leg rises. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Peace fingers can wrap around your big toes. Deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale to bend the elbows out to the sides and fold deeper. On your next inhale, halfway lift. Let's walk the hands all the way up to the top of the mat. Side plank on the right hand. Now let's come into wild thing. Left foot steps behind the right leg. Exhale, left hand comes down on the mat. Fallen star, kick your left leg underneath your body. Right arm reaches up and over. Right hand comes back down on the mat. Let's make our way into three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Side plank on the left hand. Wild thing, right foot steps behind your left leg. From here, let's make our way into fallen star. And back to downward facing dog. Let's walk all the way up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Now let's step the left foot back. Drop the left knee. Reach the arms above the head. And then let's twist open to the right. Right hand can either find the back of the left leg or the lower back. Left arm reaches up. So we're side bending a little bit, back bending and twisting to the right. Sorry, forget the side bend part. We're twisting to the right and back bending. And at the same time, lifting up and out of the waist. As you breathe out, let's cartwheel the hands. Come into half splits. And then let's move a few times from half splits to a low lunge. Half splits to a low lunge. For 3, 2, and 1. From here, you can either stay in your half splits or slide your right leg forward, maybe come into full splits, with or without the support of blocks or props. If you don't have blocks, you can also use pillows underneath the right hip. Just making sure you're never forcing this, never going too deep too quickly. When you're ready, let's press into the mat. Slide the right leg back wherever you are into three-legged tabletop. Let's bend the right knee, circle out the right leg, switch directions, and extend your right leg back, and then let's cross the right foot behind the left knee. Press into your right hand, look over your left shoulder. On your next inhale, look forward, come into tabletop, tuck the toes, make your way up, downward facing dog. Let's walk all the way up to the top of the mat again. Halfway lift, inhale. This time, let's step the right foot back, and drop the right knee, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the left, and then from here, back bend. Left hand either holds the lower back or the back of the right leg somewhere, maybe the thigh, maybe the calf. Right arm reaches up and over. And make sure you're not feeling any compression in your lower back, so you're always lifting out of the waist. As you breathe out, let's cartwheel the hands down, straighten your left leg, and then let's move between half splits and a low lunge. You can keep moving here at your own pace. One breath, one movement. And maybe hold it here in half splits, or as well, you can keep moving if you prefer. And if you feel like you want to go deeper, maybe start sliding your left leg forward into the full splits. Hanumanasana. And always making sure you're supported. So even here, I'm not putting my whole weight into my hips. I'm still keeping myself propped up using my hands. But if you're too far away from the mat, maybe you need the blocks. And you can also place the blocks underneath the left hip. And from here, let's plant the hands. Slide the left leg back, three-legged tabletop. Take your time. And then let's bend the left knee, circle it in one direction. And the other direction. Inhale, straighten the left leg behind you. Let's cross the left leg behind the right. Press into your left hand, look over your right shoulder. As you breathe in, let's come back through center. Come into tabletop. Send the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Let's walk all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, come all the way down to a seat. Now let's extend the legs out in front of us, remove the flesh from the sit bones. Take a deep breath in, let's reach the arms up. Exhale to fold over your legs, reaching the chest towards the toes for 5. That's a really strong core. You can even reach your arms forward, just making sure that you're not lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, or the hands can hold the feet. Just make sure you're not only pulling with your hands, so the core is doing most of the work. Legs are still very engaged. And you can pull your toes towards your face. Keep pushing your heels away. On your next inhale, let's rise up, reach the arms above the head. Let's bring both hands beside the hips, point the toes, lift the hips, reverse plank For 5, 4, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. 3, if you're cramping in your calves, you can bend your knees. 2, and 1, slowly release. Let's bring the soles of the feet together, reach the arms up, and then let's fold forward, butterfly pose. You can wrap your hands around the front of your toes, or you can interlace peace fingers around the big toes, whatever you prefer. Just make sure you're not opening the elbows out to the sides, but rather pulling them in towards your hip creases to keep the chest open. Slowly, let's rise up. Bring the knees together, 1 vertebra at a time. Let's come all the way down to the back. And you can bring both knees into your chest once you're there. Let's keep the right knee in. And then let's bring the right knee over to the left. Right arm reaches out to the right. Either keeping this right leg bent, or left hand can hold onto the outer blade of the right foot, and you can straighten your right leg out to the left. And let's slowly release, come back through center. Both knees come into the chest. Let's keep the left knee in, and then let's twist. Left knee goes over to the right, either keeping the knee bent, or the right hand can hold the outer blade of the left foot, extending the left leg out to the right. Trying to keep both shoulder blades grounded. So making sure your left shoulder doesn't lift off the mat. Let's make our way back through center slowly. Bring both knees into the chest. Let's take a deep breath in, lift the forehead up to the knees, and then hold the breath, squeeze every single muscle in your body for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Let it go. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth, release. And 1 more deep inhale. And let it go. And allow yourself to rest, to observe any immediate after effects of the practice. Sensations in the legs. Maybe the legs feel a little longer. Noticing sensations in the arms, the hands, palms of the hands, fingertips. And just practicing in these few moments here in Shavasana to bring your focus into your body. Focusing on one point is the easiest way to do that. So maybe you're focusing on the breath or on a specific sensation. And just noticing how after a few moments, it feels as if the rest of the world melts away. The sensation or whatever you're focusing on becomes clearer and clearer. You can feel it more and more. invite you to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you can today. You can stay here as I close the practice, or you can meet me in a comfortable seat. I hope that after taking a moment to focus on yourself, on your inner world, all the different sensations, I hope that you feel more connected to yourself, and that you enjoy spending a few moments each day building that connection to yourself, the same way you would build the connection with any other person in your life. It all takes time, it takes effort, but it is so rewarding in the end. And with that, I wish you a wonderful day ahead, or a wonderful rest of your day, depending on when you're practicing. I will see you tomorrow for some power yoga, and yes, namaste. Have a wonderful day, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. It really supports my channel. Thank you so much for being here. See you tomorrow.